Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to or back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be watching my pole audition for Snoop Dogg's tour together, and I'm going to be watching it and kind of like judging it and reacting to it because it's been a while since I've last watched it and since I submitted these audition videos. And so when I filmed these audition videos, I did not have an agency at the time, an entertainment agency. And now that I do, I want to see it from the perspective of someone who actually, goes through audition videos and hires talent. So I kind of want to like judge myself from a talent recruiter, agency owner perspective. Also, I would like to note that I actually didn't get casted for this, for what I was submitting for, which was to be a pole dancer for Snoop Dogg's concert. So with that being said, I definitely want to go back and like see what went wrong or like if I have any critiques for myself. And I would love to see your guys' thoughts as well in the comments. Let me know what critiques you have or praises or, just your thoughts on the video, on my video auditions. Yeah, let me know. Alrighty, and before I get into the audition videos, I just want to say what I was auditioning for, because aside from pole, I actually was auditioning for either pole or a go-go dancer. And I had actually go-go danced for Snoop Dogg before on multiple occasions. We did like a mini tour in Oklahoma and Texas, and then I also danced for him once before in Dallas, Texas as well. So I've danced for him, I want to say all in total for 1, 2, 3, 4 different shows already. So I thought I had it in the bag. I was like, if I don't get casted as a pole dancer, then for sure I'll get casted as a go-go dancer again, especially since I've already, performed with him before. But I did not get casted for either. Today, I'm gonna focus solely on reacting to the pole dancing audition videos, just so this video is not super long. But if you guys want me to react to the go-go ones too, I will gladly do so. But yeah, let's get into it. So this first video we're gonna watch is what's that song called? The Next Episode. So the way that they wanted us to audition is we had to audition to Snoop Dogg songs, of course, and I think we had to submit at least 2 videos that were, I think, 2 minutes long or something like that. Like, they had really specific requirements for what you needed to submit. They also requested that you wear blue, because Snoop Dogg's always wearing blue and stuff, and just like little things like that. So all right, let's get into the video. I started going into a handstand like that. I thought that was freaking badass. Little leg waves. Ooh, little handstand twerk. Okay, let me pause right here. I would have thought immediately they'd be like, what the heck? Let's cast her, because what? Going up into a handstand like that on the pole, upside down twerk is not easy. I'm maintaining a nice smile, stage presence. I think I was even like singing the song, like lip singing the song, which shows that I am a Snoop Dogg fan. I know all the, for the most part, the popular songs that he performs and that I submitted for my auditions. But anyways, let's continue. I'm doing a layback here. Nice. Yes. I love my sassiness and my playfulness, the smiling, the high energy, as well as like all the moves that I'm executing. A little twerky twerk, because I know that's like the vibes at the concert and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna pause again really quick, because before I submitted my audition video, I did like research. I looked at videos of past concerts where he had pole dancers and like the style that they were dancing, and I noticed that it was very upbeat, energetic. Yeah, so I tried to incorporate that into my audition video. I tried my best. It's like not my typical style. I'd say I'm more like flowy ambient style usually when it comes to pole dancing, but I try to keep that really like high energy, which is hard to do. Having a good high energy stage presence while doing pole is like way harder than it looks, because pole is so physically, you know, demanding. But anyways, I thought I was doing a pretty good job here, as well as paying my tributes by wearing this sparkly blue bodysuit. I didn't want my cheeks hanging out, so I put shorts over it. And then my mom was actually helping me with my audition videos, like playing the music. She was being my DJ, so I didn't want my cheeks out, you know, in front of my mom. So that's why I was wearing these little booty shorts. And this is actually in my mom's house from, you know, when I used to live there a few years back. But yeah, I thought that was so cute that my mom was helping me. But anyways, all right, let's continue. Little climb. I think my technique is pretty good. I'm not seeing any major flaws to where if I was watching this, I would be like, she's a little too beginner, or her technique is off. My technique is not perfect, but it's not, you know, bad. That right there, the little oh, she hit a split. I don't even remember doing that. Little drop split, hair whips. Yes, the confidence is there. I was feeling myself. Yes, I really thought like I would have had it, especially with this audition video. I felt so confident, and I felt so like that the stage presence was there. And given all of the experience that I have, like I have the stage presence, and I have the confidence, I have the experience. Yes. If they didn't cast me, I don't care. I'm still gonna clap for myself, because I really enjoyed that audition video. And I know it's hard, because like you could say I'm biased watching this because it's me, but I promise you there's some past like audition videos or performance videos where I'm just like cringe and dying inside because it's so cringy and I feel like I didn't do a good job. But on this one, I really felt like I did a good job. So give me y'all's feedback. What do you think? I personally, overall, I think I did a good job. I wasn't doing like the most difficult pole tricks, but then again, I was trying to keep in mind, I didn't know how long like the performance sets are, but I was like, it's probably smarter to preserve my energy if I'm going to be performing for, I don't know, a while on pole, because like I said, pole is physically demanding. So I wanted to preserve my energy, but then again, not be too beginner. So I kept it like in the middle. I was still doing cool things, but then again, it wasn't super advanced. So I don't know if they were looking for really super advanced style tricks, and maybe that's why I didn't get casted. It could also be that I just wasn't the aesthetic or the look, the physical look that they were particularly going for this specific concert, which is common in entertainment industry. So I never take that personal. Like, even if I feel like I did a really great job, then I could, you know, sometimes I'm like, well, maybe I was too short, or maybe, you know, they were going for a different type of look. I don't know. So that's really the only things I can think of like why I didn't get casted. But anyways, I also submitted another pole audition for Sensual Seduction, which was a little bit slower paced and more sensual, you could say. So let's watch that one. All right, now for Sensual Seduction. And I can see my cheeks are already out. Sorry, mommy. I don't know if she was in the room with me for this one. I think I kicked her out for this one because I was like, this one's a little spicy, mom. So close your eyes, or, you know, go in the other room. But anyways, all right, let's watch it. Yes. I'm also really good at like dancing around the pole since I have a background as a dancer, you know? Yes, which not a lot of pole dancers know how to do, or aerialists. Like, I feel like they have trouble with working the stage part of performing. Climb. Ooh, the camera kind of got out of focus here, but I can still see what my body is doing. This is a little plank move. I love doing that move. Yes. Again, I'm not really doing super difficult tricks, but then again, they're not easy. Like, for example, this one is, I'd say, like an intermediate trick. Drop it down slow. Yes, I'm loving all the hair whips. And just like the slower pace movement, I'd say that's more my vibe and my style. Yes. I will say that I don't look as confident in this video as the other one. I think if my mom was there, I probably felt a little awkward dancing so sensual in front of her, but I really can't remember if she was in the room for this one. Or honestly, I was probably so freaking tired by this point. I really love that cradle flare that I did here. That was so flawless and just so flowy. Yeah, I think I was tired once I got to this one, but then again, it is a slow, sexy song, so I wanted to do slower, fluid, flowy movements, you know? Technique wasn't that great right there. And then the music cut off there. I think my mom was in the room then because she cut it off for me. So, yeah, I personally liked the next episode audition video better than this one, but I don't feel like this one was bad. Like, probably from y'all's perspective and not like knowing much about pole dancing and stuff, you'd be like, oh, you're doing a great job, you know? But for me, from like a professional perspective, I can tell that I'm not like a super advanced pole performer or pole dancer in general. Like, I usually perform go-go dancing and lollipop lyra. So pole is not like, I actually never get booked to perform pole, so I don't have any pole performance experience. I just teach it and train it sometimes, but it's like, it's not my favorite apparatus, if I'm being honest. It was the first thing that I ever learned, and so I always pay tribute to pole by continuing to train it, because I feel like, you know, sentimental. It was like the first thing that I ever learned. But yeah, watching that video, I wasn't like wowed, but I was like, okay, she's got the moves, she's sensual seduction, you know? But I wasn't super wowed. So I think either someone, like, I don't even know who they ended up casting, honestly. Like, I know a lot of pole dancers in Dallas, and I didn't see anyone like post about getting casted. So it might have also been that they had casted people from other cities already and like you know, traveled, had them come out. But then again, like, the way that they posted the casting was like casting for Dallas, Texas, casting for, you know, like whatever city they were in. So it made it seem like they were casting people from that city. That's the impression that I was under. But I really don't know who they ended up casting. I don't know if they ended up casting people who were based out of Dallas, or if, you know, people traveled to come out here. So the only reasons that I can think of why I didn't get casted for this is, one, like I had already mentioned, I didn't fit whatever specific look they were going for aesthetically, physically. Two, the other people who submitted just blew me out the water probably and were super advanced, had more polished moves, stage presence. Yeah, that's really the only two things that I can think of, because like I said, I'm like not being biased here, but I think I did a pretty good job. especially watching this as someone who goes through audition videos and casts talent for events. Like, I think I did a good job. Yeah, I think I would have casted myself unless, like I said, I had criteria that I was supposed to hit and I didn't fit that, you know what I mean? And if that's the case, then I wish they would have specified that in the casting. For example, there is casting calls that say, like, you must be 5'7" or taller, or we're looking for people with tattoos, we're looking for an alternative type of look, we're looking for blondes, you know, like, they state what they're looking for aesthetically, if they even have, like, what, you know, a preference. Or they even, like, state what kind of style, dance, or performance they're looking for. So I kind of had to figure it out myself by watching videos of other people perform. And what I got from that was, like, it was high energy. It was fun. It was like, it almost gave me strip club vibes. And a lot of those girls who work the Snoop Dogg, like, concerts and pole dancing, like, they are strippers and they work in that industry. And so I try to also take some of those elements and add it into my audition video. But I guess I missed the mark. I don't know what went wrong. I also have my own pole stage, which is the stage that they use. These X stages is what they actually use for the concert. And I thought that would have made me a more valuable asset, just in case they needed to rent a stage out, or, you know, because I don't know, like, if they're on the road and they bring their own pole stages, or if they just rent them every city that they go to. But yeah, again, I don't know. My final verdict is that I liked my audition videos. If it was me, I probably would have casted myself. And side note, before I forget, like I said, I would watch, you know, the past performers at the concerts, not physically there, but, you know, like, videos. And there was a variety of different looks. Unless it's like a height requirement, I don't know if I remember seeing anyone super short, but I do remember seeing, like, a lot of different types of looks. So I don't know if it was, like, a look thing. And then, like, not to be cocky, but I feel like, you know, I'm pretty. I usually have an easy time getting casted for things, unless they're super duper strict about it or something. Like, for the most part, I'd say I work really hard to maintain my physical appearance for performances. Being in the industry so long, you know, like, I know that that's one of the things that's important. Actually, well, yeah, okay, I can see my makeup done here. My hair is natural and curly in this video, but yeah, I put effort. I did my makeup. I styled the outfit nicely according to, like, what they said. This wouldn't per se be an outfit that I would have performed in had I got casted. So I don't know if they were looking for, like, more skin or more, like, exotic type of costumes. I have tons of costumes, but this is just what I chose to submit my audition in. Again, because my mom was there, so I didn't want to, like, wear something too provocative in front of her. So yeah, that's really it. Those are my final thoughts. I would have casted myself, of course, unless someone, like, everyone else who submitted was just way better and blew me out the water. That's, like, the only thing I can think of why I didn't get casted. But like I said, I don't even know who got casted, and I never got to see footage, so I don't even know if that's true or not. If anyone has Dallas, Texas footage, I believe this was 2004 or 2024 or 2023. So if anyone has Dallas, Texas footage of the Snoop Dogg pole dancers from those concerts, let me know how they were. Let me know your final thoughts. Yeah. And also let me know if you guys want to see me judge my go-go dancing auditions. I honestly can't remember like what that was like. And that would be nice to revisit and watch as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.